Newt Gingrich, a politician with many lives. He rose to Speaker, of course, after engineering the Republican takeover of the House of Representatives back in 1994. But only 4 years later, he was forced to resign amidst political turmoil and personal scandal. As the latest cover of the National Journal suggests, has Mr. Gingrich managed another political resurrection? Joining me now, National Journal, was Ron Fournier.
Yeah.
Hey, Ron. Well, we both covered Newt Gingrich. We saw that all those interactions during the Clinton years that he takes so much credit for in terms of the economy and the balanced budgets of those years.
Right.
What about the Gingrich revolution and the new Newt Gingrich?
Well, as Ron Brownstein, a mutual friend of ours, writes in this cover story, there's kind of a back-to-the-future quality going on here. I mean, here's a guy who, in 1994, 1995, in talking with Ron about a book that Ron did called The Second Civil War, looked back on his taking over the Congress and said, you know what, Republicans needed somebody who was willing to fight. And that militant style is what he's brought to the campaign, and it's what has risen him up as a candidate, and it's what has brought him down a couple times. And just today, what do you see? You have Newt Gingrich calling Mitt Romney a liar, a hypocrite, and somebody who treats his competitors as if they're stupid. That's not the kind of language you usually hear on a presidential campaign trail. It's certainly not the kind of language that will do well in the fall, but it's typical Newt Gingrich.
It's red meat. It was successful in South Carolina. Is it going to be as successful in Florida?
Yeah, it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see how it plays. Florida is a much bigger state. It plays a little bit more to Mitt Romney's style and is a bit more of a Republican. I think we had somebody on your show earlier on calling it more of a nation state. I think it's going to be tough for him to break through just with the attacks. I think he's going to have to be standing for something bigger than being negative on Romney, just like Romney has to stand for something more than just going negative on Newt Gingrich. And
Nancy Pelosi has become an issue because she made some suggestion that, you know, here you have a former speaker attacking another former speaker and suggesting that she knew something as a member of the ethics committee sitting in a closed room and looking through 1,000 pages. But she was asked about it again today and basically doesn't have the goods. Well, she said that this was just her instinct that he could not be elected.
I don't know. As someone
her suggestion had been that she knew something, but that's not the kind of suggestion one should be making.
It sounds awful lot like McCarthy here, doesn't it? There are X number of communists in the State Department. You have to come forward with the goods. I really don't see that as being a very fair thing to do at all.
But I think her point was that people should take another look, as Mitt Romney has suggested in both comments, speeches, debates, and paid advertising, take another look at the real Gingrich record, which is what you're trying to do in your National Journal piece.
That's definitely a fair point. I know NBC is doing that as well, but I would never say, hey, I know something about Newt Gingrich, but I'm not going to tell you. No, I'm going to print it if I find out anything about Newt Gingrich, which is what we did in the magazine this week.
And a great cover it is. Thank you so much, Ron. Good to see you.